Hi YouTube, it's Joe here from South East London. I'm a part-time eBay reseller and I've got my phone back, so hopefully the quality of this video should be a lot better. And yeah, it's Saturday morning. I've been away all week with a group of young people and we're camping on this sort of Christian festival called Soul Survivor, which was, yeah, it was good, but it's nice to be back, if I'm really honest. And yeah, went out today, nipped out this morning, Saturday morning, just to have a quick look and see what I could pick up. Found some nice things. Also popped into a couple of charity shops when I've been back in the week, and I'll just go through what I picked up, how I did. I've actually put my shop on holiday setting at the moment, so there's no active listings, just because I'm sort of away and in and out and back and forward. And I could have maybe sold some stuff while I was away this week, but then people would have to wait for you to post it, and then if I'm going away again, and if there's sort of problems with anything, you can't really deal with it properly. So I've just put it on holiday. It's really annoying, and it feels weird to not have anything sort of for sale. But yeah, that's just how it is. When I come back, I can get it all going again and really sort of kickstart it in September. But I'll go through what I picked up today. It was a really good boot sale today, actually. Yeah, lots of sellers out, some nice things. I'll just go through what I picked up. I'll try and do it in some sort of order. I got given this, guy just chucked it in this Rush Hour game. It's not 100% complete, but I need one of these to complete some of the other ones I've got, so it's nice to have a spare one to be able to make some kits up. Now, one guy had some vintage games, and I picked up this as well with it. He wanted £2 for each of them, and I picked this Magna Shapes up. It's not particularly good, but I should be able to get a little bit of money out of it. I've got some more of his ones I'll show you in a minute. I've got this Dungeons and Dragons fantasy board game. I've had this in the past, and it sells really well. It's unpopped, most of it inside. The people selling it said they started with it but didn't get very far with it, and that goes for about 20 to 25 if I remember correctly. Picked up another Taboo for £1. These do well, I find, in the build up to Christmas. Now, these were the games which were really nice. They're sort of Avalon Hill range, and they're sort of they're quite old, some of these. But this one, for instance, none of the cardboard counters have even been popped out of it, and these were £2 each. You can see they're sort of really nice. And I've got friends who are sort of quite nerdy and into all their sort of board games, so I knew straight away like Avalon Hill, and I picked up some more games earlier in the week, and I'll show you. So I sort of recognised the name, and there's good money in these. Some of these go for about 30 quid. They're quite heavy. Yeah, this is Richthofen's War, Firepower. This isn't Avalon Hill, oh yes it is, that's Avalon Hill. There's the logo, this is the old Avalon Hill logo. And then France 1994. So yeah, I was really pleased with those, £2 each on those, and some of them sort of go around 30 quid, some of them around sort of 15 to 20, so yeah, should be some good money in those. In terms of CDs, the normal guy was out, the 10p guy was out, so I picked up an absolute load. I think I picked up 140 CDs off him, or give or take, for about 140 quid. Scanned them all in, and yeah, they were sort of, it came up as like 58 quid back on Magpie. And then, you know, I've sort of picked out some of the good ones to sort of sell. There's sort of like a nice sort of 2-pack here one. I'm getting better at sort of knowing what's going to do well out of these. These came up quite nicely. Garden of Delight, Lutheran and Darkest Hour, sort of satanic music almost. But yeah, that sort of does quite. They do quite well, those sort of sets. Yeah, I mean this as well goes for about 10 quid. So yeah, these are nice, these Doctor Who sort of ones, and I think I might have seen Nick Hills pick stuff like this up, or some other guys, sorry if it's not Nick, but you know, these sort of Radio 4 stuff, I'm sorry I haven't got a clue, that's number 4 and 5, they were scanning in at sort of like £2.50, so you know, I've got to sell them for about a tenner for the pair to sort of make more money than what I'd get on Magpie. But then there's some other bits in here. So yeah, so I sort of just scan stuff in, and then if there's anything which comes up as sort of, you know, in around sort of £1.50 range, it's worth just double checking it and having a look on eBay, and it might be worth selling it for itself. Some of it isn't. Some of it you can just sort of, the difference is sort of really marginal, so you might as well just send it into Magpie, I find. But yeah, really pleased with all the CDs and media that I got in terms of that today. I'm doing more and more of this. I don't know why. It annoys the wife, the amount of stuff I'm bringing into the house, but at least with some of this stuff it's not too big to store and you can shift it out quite quickly. In terms of games sort of in that media, I picked up Mario and Luigi on the DS. Sorry, that's not focusing, is it? Let's see. Is that better? There we go. Mario and Luigi on the DS for £1. This was in the 10p games. This is a promo. Tomb Raider Legends goes for about 3-4 quid. MDK, this was 10p and it goes for about 4-5 quid. Star Wars Force Unleashed 2, paid £1 on that on the 360. These two games, I paid £1 each on those. I think I've got all 4 of the common crash ones, and I'll get rid of those. This was really strange. One guy had sort of like old sort of DVDs and media stock and stuff like this, and then he just had this, and I almost didn't spot it, and it's new and sealed, Super Mario Bros, and I asked him, how much is that, mate? And he goes, oh, it's all £1. So £1 for that. That's probably best pickup I had, well, not the best pickup, but one of the best pickups I had today. A couple of the double disc collector's editions, £1 each on those, Incredibles and Nemo, and then this PC big box going for £1, this Synergist, and it goes for about a tenner. So not great money. There's never really any money in PC big box games, but I always take a bit of a chance on them because sometimes one of them might pop up and be really good. And then there's a PS3 controller here. It looks in really good condition. I don't know if it's going to work, but I can test it. I'll charge it up and sort of see if it's going to work. So yeah, that was £2. I paid, what did I pay on these? I picked up some wrestling figures and some sort of Lord of the Rings ones. I'm not entirely sure who all these guys are. I mean, it's just sort of John Cena, Bradshaw and Batista. I think this is a WCW character. I need to just look into that. And these two guys, I don't know who they are, but I will, if someone can post in the comment if they want to, or I'll look it up. I'm sure I'll work it out. So I've got those. It's got this Witch King, the King of the Dead. I think there's a Theoden there. But he's got his sword. It's a little bit bent, but you know, he's an old guy. We'll forgive him for that. I've got Aragorn there. He sort of has got a little bit of an action. Slightly adult, his action, I think. But there we go. Yeah. I don't know who these guys are. I don't know if they're Lord of the Rings characters or not. I can't really work them out. They may be. They may just be. Yeah, they may just be part of like Theoden's army and stuff like that. I'm not sure. And then an Assassin's Creed character up the end here, and he looks in nice condition. He's got all his. He's got his knives and his sword. I think he might meant to have had another sword of some sort in the back here, which looks like it's lost its handle, but. Yeah, I paid £5 for all those figures, so I might have overpaid a bit on them, but it worked out at about 50p each. Yeah, give or take. So I'll do the Lord of the Rings ones as a bundle, and I'll do the wrestling ones probably as a bundle. They're sort of from 2001 through to sort of 2006 Jack's figures. So yeah, nothing spectacular, but yeah, pick those up. I whizzed through the trainers. I got a pair of Converse black leather trainers for a couple of quid. They did have a little nick here, but I've sold them like that in the past. They do quite well. These fold over leather high top black Converse, paid £5 on those. Should get about 25 back on them. These Reebok Classics, maybe shouldn't have bothered with these. I don't really sell many of these, but the ones I've had in the past I've done alright with. They were only £1, so I thought, you know, I'll just take a chance on those. Maybe get 15 quid back, something like that on those. These top 10 Adidas, these high ones, they were £5 because the lady had both of these. Actually, I got them, no, £5. I managed. She wanted £5 for each of them, but I got them both pairs for £8. So these padded collars, these leather fold over ones, I think they're padded collar 2 leather ones, really nice condition. So I should look to get about 25 quid back again on those. A little pair of Nike Air Max 90s, paid £2 on those. They're quite, yeah, they should do alright. And then £3 on these ones. Maybe shouldn't have bothered again. They were size 1, and as soon as you start getting size 1, I've said this so many times, they start getting a bit tricky to shift. But a really nice guy I was chatting to, so I thought, you know, I'll pick those up. This is good. I got these 2 nice pairs of Vans, and the guy's pricing was good on these actually. He goes out, I said, how much are they? And he goes, oh, they're £5 each, or 2 for, and then he almost sort of like was adding it up in his head, and he goes, 2 for £6. So I thought, oh well, for an extra £1 I'll definitely have a couple of pairs of these. So yeah, a nice pair of California Vans over there, and then these ones are both size 7, so should do well. These are size 11 Air Force Ones, sort of bread and butter pickup, and they need a bit of cleaning, but they were £5, so I should do alright with them. That's all the remainder of like the media stuff that's going to go to Music Magpie. Now, a couple more bits, and then I'll show you what I got from the charity shops during the week. I got a big bundle of about 50, well there is 52, Little Miss and Mr. Men, and a couple of DVD sort of games in there, and that was a £5 for that whole bag. So yeah, not bad, but should do well on that. I just did it all as a big bundle. Got a nice pair of Church men's console shoes. They were £10. There's a little bit of creasing over the front of them here, but you know, and this is a bit loose inside, but for £10 should still do alright on those. Not as good as obviously the brand new ones I had. Saw this N64 It hasn't got any controllers. The lead in there is incorrect, and the guys wanted 30 quid for it, and they would just not budge on it. And because they knew, like, partly what they said, it's got 2 Mario games in there, and it's got Mario Party, which is about a 25, 26 pound game by itself, Lilac Wars, Pokemon Stadium, and Mario, original Mario. And N64s, the price on them is just creeping up and up and up at the moment. So yeah, for 30 quid, there's a fair bit of money in that. And I've got these leads, and I've got a spare controller, so I can easily sort that out. So yeah, that was quite nice. Now this, wow, this is the most money I've spent at a boot sale ever. There's a guy, he had these DMs, and he wanted 35 quid a pair on them. They're brand new, sizes, he had 4, 5, 6 and 7. He said if I bought 10 pairs of them, he could do them for £25 each. So I had to go out and get some more money. So I got 10 pairs of these brand new DMs for 25 quid. I went for the bigger size. I went for the sizes 5, 6 and 7. The 4s didn't tend to do quite so well. But they should go for about 55 quid. So I figured, you know, at 55 quid, you're making about, you know, 35, you're making about sort of 20, 25 pounds on each of those. If I can sell them for 55, 60 pounds, and I thought I'd sell 10 of them, and I've got the guy's number, and he says he can get more. So yeah, I'll see how I get on with those. They're really nice, and yeah, should be quite good. They were heavy to carry out of the boot sale though, but yeah, really pleased with those. So I'll see how I get on with them. Brand new, size 5, 6 and 7. If anybody wants a pair, just let me know. Yeah, I'll be able to do it at a decent rate. So that was all the stuff from the boot sale this morning, and then, oh yeah, there was also a Wii, but I don't know where I've put it. There was a Wii with 4 controllers, and it had a load of GameCube games with it actually. They were only the discs, but it had Mario Party 5 and 6 and some other bits and pieces, and they wanted 15 quid for it, so that was quite nice. Now this is another nice pickup from the charity shop in the week. There were these sort of games, and I recognise some of these games again. There used to be a shop in Greenwich which used to sell a lot of these games, and some of my mates are quite into all this stuff, this sort of Munchkin game and some of these games by... I just recognised them straight away, and I know they're sort of quite expensive. There's not a huge amount of resale value in some of them, but a couple of them are still new and sealed, a couple of them part sealed. These Killer Bunnies go really well. I paid £2 each on all of these games, and these Killer Bunnies, this Violet expansion pack on the right there, seems to go for about 25 quid at the moment. So yeah, I need to get on and sell that. I'll probably do that as a bundle. But yeah, so those were really good, and then there's some other ones in here. A Brain, Nodwick, Mag Blast is sealed, Curse of the Ruby Rhino, Munchkin. Yeah, they all sort of go around the sort of £10 mark, so not a huge amount of money, but a couple of them I'll take on holiday, which is nice. But the Killer Bunnies, there's really good money in those. Had a couple of other pickups from the charity shop. Paid up on these, paid 12 quid on these. They're a pair of Nike Air Force Ones. They're from a baseball pack. They're sort of like a limited edition one. I'll try and get about 30, 35 back on them, maybe more. Might start them at 50 and see how they get on. The rims are a bit off-white, so I could potentially peroxide them back to white, but we'll see. I might just sell them as they are. Got a Simpsons Hit and Run for a couple of quid because I got it out of a charity shop. That's more than I'd like to pay for it at the boot sale, but you know, it's a really nice charity shop, and I like the guys in there. It's in really good condition. A couple of pairs of Diesel jeans. These were 4 quid, these Diesel Duggans. They're not a particularly good seller. They've got the red, white and green strip showing that they're made in Italy. They were 4 quid. And then these Diesel Thanas ones here, much better sort of a seller. Yeah, waist 34, leg 34, and I've not said it in a while, but a few people ask on the Facebook group, and I see it come up. With Diesel jeans, they should all have this silver strip in them, and if you look at it in the light correctly, you'll see that it's got Diesel sort of embossed into it. And I've never seen a fake pair which has got that on it. Sometimes you see them which have sewn like a silver strip in there really loosely, but I've never seen any fake ones that have actually managed to get that on there, so double check that. Some of them, very few pairs, don't actually have that in there and can still be genuine, but that's the really old pairs, and I've not seen that very often. So yeah, generally they should have that silver strip with Diesel sewn into it, so look out for that. They don't have to have that red, white and green sewn down there. That just shows that they're made in Italy, so not all of them will have that. So yeah, I should do quite well on those jeans. Maybe sort of 30 quid back on that, 25, 30 quid back on that pair, and something similar for this one. I paid 6 quid for these. Then the last thing I picked up was this Incredibles costume. It's the official Disney one, and it was like £2.99, and it goes for about 30 quid give or take, and it's small, so I can't get into it. I did try but no, it's good. So that's all the things that I picked up. As I say, shop's on holiday mode, so not really anything to show you sales wise, but yeah, quite a lot of stuff. Yeah, just got to find a place to put it all now. If anybody can recognise any of those wrestling figures, that would save me a bit of work, but don't feel you've got to. I will look into it myself at some stage. And then some of these other figures, if you know who these two are at the end, that would be helpful. I think yeah. Anyway, that's me. Good to speak to you all. So I haven't been doing videos quite as regularly, so it gets a bit sporadic during the holiday season, but that's just how it is. Anyway, I will speak soon. Cheers for all your comments and so on. Bye.